me share with you something which inspired me today. I started learning Makos with one of our Talmidim. I brought him a Gemara, a small Gemara, from the Beis Medrash. He opened up the Gemara to the first daf, and there was a note taped on to the page. The note said the following. He said, I just made a siyum in Makos. I can't tell you how difficult it was to make up my mind that I was going to do it, and also to keep up with my resolution. But I can tell you that it was the best thing I ever did, and so the most wonderful feeling of accomplishment when you finished a Masechta. So I want to wish you, your beginning of this Masechta, best of luck, and stick to it. You can do it. And Neveh Talmud, signed Neveh Talmud. Here is somebody who wanted to share his experience and inspire somebody else. And I want, perhaps, to also share with you some of my inspiration from Hanukkah. It's been an amazing 8 days. We've connected with the Mesiras Nefesh of the Chashmonayim and their fight against Shmad, and their fight for Torah and for mitzvot, and their fight to be called and to live as Jews. And lighting candles. I lit Neiros in Flatbush this week. I did it in my home in Eretz Yisrael, and I went to see those that were lit by the Kotel Maravi. And the message is all the same. That we have to absorb the Mesiras Nefesh of the Maccabim to fight for what we know to be emes and right. And so I want to share with you something on the Parsha, because maybe with all this inspiration we can be a little bit more honest with ourselves. And that's what life is all about, being honest with yourself. Ani Yosef, ha'odavi chai. That was what Yosef told his brothers. They were in tremendous pachad, shock from his words. But let's examine those words. Was he asking a question? I am Yosef. Is my father still alive? The Beis Levi makes it very clear that it's difficult to understand that as a bona fide question. Yehuda just finished a speech about what it will mean to his father if Chas v'Sholom he has to return without Binyamin. Talk constantly about the father. Of course he's still alive. When Yosef first came back, when Yosef first greeted the brothers, when they brought Binyamin, his first question was, is your father you spoke about still alive? He's alive and well. So Yosef knows that his father is alive. Why does he have to ask, Odavicha? And when you ask a question, not always, but you usually expect an answer. Where's the answer? Did Yehuda or any of the brothers answer Yosef? The Beis Levi is very, very correct in pointing out that it wasn't a real question. And the Medrash supports the Beis Levi. Omar Abba Kohen Bardala. Oilanu meyom hadin. Oilanu meyom hatochacha. Woe is to us from the day of judgment. Woe is to us from the day of chastisement. Yosef was the cotton of all the Shvatim, and he couldn't bear, he couldn't stand up to the Tarchacha. The Anos also, he was Nevalu Mipanav of his brothers. When HaKadosh Baruch Hu comes to give us Tarchacha, the Medrash says, according to what he is, we're not going to be able to stand up to that either. What does this Medrash have to do with Ani Yosef Od Avichai? Where is the chastisement? Where is the Tochacha? Of course, like every other good Jewish word, one question answers the other. Yosef was not asking a question. It was a rhetorical question. Yosef was saying, you are contradicting yourself. All you're saying, Yehuda, and you're saying beautiful thoughts. What is it going to do? What is it going to do if I don't bring Benjamin back to my father? Why didn't you think about that, Yehuda, when you threw me into the bore? When you caused the separation of 22 bitter years? Is Od Avichai, after all the pain that you caused him by what you did to me? Do you realize this contradiction? Oilanu meyom hadin. When we get to the world of truth and we can't fool ourselves. Oilanu meyom hatachacha. When Hashem, or just being in His presence, shows us that all our excuses were nothing more than excuses. Oilanu meyom hatachacha. And that's the way it is. Fellows, share with me. I just can't get up for davening. I can't. I have a problem. Okay. What happened during vacation when you went ATV at 8 o'clock in the morning and were up at 7 to make preparations? Well, I'd love to give to your tzedakah. I'd love to give to your charity, but I just can't afford it. What about the money that I spent on unnecessary luxuries? What about that? We so often contradict ourselves. And if we don't make a determined effort to catch ourselves and say, am I really being honest? Is this really a reason, or is it an excuse? Am I not contradicting myself? If we do that, we can learn to be a lot more honest with ourselves. And being honest with yourself is what life is all about. We'll be happier. Of course, we'll be better Jews and better people. But we ourselves will be happier with ourselves because we are not fooling ourselves. May we learn from the Parsha, may we learn from the serious Neveh of the Chashmonayim, may we learn from the world around us. Be more honest with ourselves.